So hello to my lovely viewers, it's PNG. Thank you for tuning to my One Piece Battle Rush video. And today, this video is dedicated for any of the players out there who does not have this new Awakened form, Rob Lucci, or EX Awakened Rob Lucci, that find him annoying, or maybe you do have a challenge taking him on. This video is for you guys who want to know which character existingly in the roster can counter him. So the good thing is this Awakened Lucci is not absolutely busted, broken. He is just new, got new mechanism and good traits and skills that could be a very competitive unit. Can sort of like level with the broken units. So it does rely on a player with brains and does know how to utilize his traits and skills effectively and his role. Then you will win a lot of games with him. I enjoy playing this Awakened Lucci because he's not broken. It gives me a bit more satisfying win because you do put some effort into it. So the characters that I would recommend to counter him is no particular order. They currently exist in the roster. You can actually go and just pick any of them. They should be able to help you to beat the crap out of this unit, as long the other player is not a good decent unit. They just play with Rob Lucci blindly. So let's just go to the list then. So the first one that I would recommend, no particular ranking, it's this character, New Fishman Pirates Captain Hawdy Jones. I haven't seen any players yet playing Hawdy Jones to fight in this meta, because right now you could actually use him quite effectively because he can actually defeat S-Snake, and now with the Awakened Lucci running around, that means two technically power users. You can actually use this unit to take them on, and he's a green unit as well, so perfect. But that mainly his traits can take him on, but mostly his deadly skill is this Shark Pack, which is just pretty much a guaranteed one-shot ability to any power users. And the good thing about Hawdy Jones is with his taking his steroids, his drugs, to basically boost him up, and it makes him very, very deadly with the current unit that's running around. Of course, the only unit that you have to be a bit more wary is just the Dark EX Roger literally running around. But with S-Snake and Rob Lucci running around more now, you probably find this unit more useful to play with now. And the other character I would recommend is Raid on Onigashima, Ronoro Zoro, or EX Zoro. So EX Zoro can take on Awakened Lucci. However, just make sure that you are able to switch over to a green element, so you can actually literally destroy Awakened Rob Lucci with ease. If you don't change to the green element, then you will have trouble taking on Rob Lucci, because Rob Lucci can beat the crap out of you. However, if you can just take the advantage, transform into, use your skill 2 and transform into his green unit, then you're fine. You can actually literally destroy Rob Lucci with ease. But of course, you know, Rob Lucci has the ability to inflict claw on you. Then your skill 2 will be completely useless for a couple of seconds. So you just have to be a bit more cautious when you use this Zoro. This Zoro is my favorite unit, of course, but at the end, he's still relatively very good for this current meta. Then the next one, heir to the Shogun of Wano, Kozuki Oden. So this light element attacker Oden is nearly unkillable whilst in the treasure area. So if you can just make sure don't get pushed out the treasure area, you can actually destroy Rob Lucci quite easily because you are quite stubborn. You are very hard to kill. But it depends on the player. Rob Lucci can actually destroy him as well, or you just destroy Rob Lucci. So you can put up a good fight, because with Oden's ability, that's always, if he has left with 1 HP while in the treasure area, he's just immortal. Any character he can take on, it's just a matter of the skill of the player. So this one also is a good counter. So this hybrid Yamato definitely can put up a good fight, as well as be a bit annoying as well. She is a basically EX Roger killer, as well as can defeat a Rob Lucci. Just make sure that try to because, well, the situation is, if you can manage to initially keep comboing the Awakened Lucci with inflicting him with the Frostbite, you can just rapidly destroy him. But of course, every time you inflict a Frostbite on Lucci, he does recover HP, but not a huge amount. The good thing is when you're hitting him while he's being Frostbite, you can literally just rapidly destroy Rob Lucci. So it's just dependent on you and as well as the opponent. But I reckon your hybrid Yamato, it does really good against Rob Lucci. When I do face her, I do tend to either be killed by her or I destroy her. So she can put up a good annoying fight. So I would say she's quite a good counter against Rob Lucci. This unit, the Great Warrior of Shandoria, Kagara, still really scary. This Kagara can actually destroy, of course, EX Dark Roger with ease. Now with the hybrid, Awakened Lucci, it's definitely Lucci have to be a bit careful when it comes against this Kagara. With his boulder swinging skill 2, he can literally destroy Lucci with ease. So just make sure that when you face, well, if you use this character, just abuse your skills. You can literally one-shot the Lucci quite easily. That's why when I use my Awakened Lucci, I have to be wary about him. As long as he doesn't have any of the skills, you can just take advantage and destroy him. But just be careful with Kagara. Kagara is a really good counter. Well, then another one. Raid on Onigashima, Sanji. Whenever Sanji appears, it's going to be a bit of pain in the backside because Sanji, while it's immediately have access to green element unit, you literally just keep healing against Rob Lucci and you do more damage towards him as well. Especially if you can land your skill 2. Skill 1, sorry. Skill 1 will definitely rapidly destroy Rob Lucci because if you get hit by the skill, you can't dodge and you just basically allow him to kick the crap out of you. So playing Sanji, you will basically immediately have a quick access counter against Awakened Lucci, unless he just somehow his element got transformed to red or blue, then you can actually take advantage and fight back at Sanji. Just be a bit wary, but I would say Sanji is definitely a very strong counter. Well, a Cypher Pole, CP9, Jabra, yeah. You do see a lot of Jabra running around, especially because people find S-Snake is really annoying. Well, he does a good put a good fight against Awakened Lucci. I would say he's not an absolute counter, but he can destroy Awakened Lucci if he get caught by his skill 1. This skill 1 that basically his 10-finger pistol teleport and then smack you with 9 consecutive hit. If his defense is maxed, he just one-shots you very easily. So with him helping out the meta to balance things out, to control the S-Snake, and if Rob Lucci does fight him, just be wary. He does have a shield. If you wasted your skill on his shield, then he can literally turn around and destroy you. So Jabra is a very powerful unit right now, one of the top meta units. And yeah, if you want to fight against Lucci and S-Snakes, even Dark Roger, no problem. Jabra is a really powerful unit right now to use. Then the final character, Film Red Shanks. Film Red Shanks is just absolutely busted against the Awakened Lucci. Awakened Lucci will definitely find very struggle to fight this Shanks. Shanks is a green unit as well, has the ability to be immune to all the statin infliction as long he basically in his red Haki state. But I think Lucci has the ability to remove his Haki state as well. However, with his rapid attack increases by knocking people back, you can just one-shot all those Lucci quite easily. In the end, it will also depend on the player. If you can basically trap the Shanks in a treasure area, then you probably have a higher chance of defeating Shanks. But if Shanks already build up his attacks, then you're finished, man. Any of his skills attack will destroy Lucci. So he is probably the best counter against Lucci right now. Alright, so that is my counter units that you can actually use existingly in the roster right now. So of course there's probably more counters out there in the roster right now that I did not mention, or I did not actually maybe able to spot it. But I do want to make 1 or 2 shout out for some certain characters can actually put up a good fight against the Awakened Lucci that I did not made here to mention him as an absolute counter. So the first one, Gear 5. Gear 5 have the potential to fight off the Awakened Lucci, although Lucci has more advantage against him, but you do have the ability to fight back and destroy Lucci instead. The only problem is when Lucci fight against Gear 5. Gear 5 can actually be immobilized, not to able to use his counter. That's where you might not have the advantage of knocking people back to build up your defenses. So playing with Gear 5 will just have to be a bit more careful, then you'll be fine. Then the other unit is, of course, Dark EX Roger. Dark EX Roger can actually defeat a Lucci depending on the situation. If you can actually just, well, I don't know, while you're running with your Kamusari and he basically hits you and will throw his Tempest kick on you, land those extra hits and then just throw it back at him, you can actually one-shot the Luccis. But Lucci still has the advantage against EX Roger, as just make sure that with EX Roger, just play smart. Then the other one I would mention is the boring S-Snake. S-Snake can actually defeat a Lucci as long you have the right stats, right medals, could help you to rapidly always have access to your skill. You can actually defeat a Lucci, but as overall, Lucci still has the advantage against S-Snake, but it's just depending on the player and what they attach to the S-Snake. So yeah, S-Snake is also a good counter. Well, those are the 3 ones. Of course, the one that I mentioned are commonly used right now in the meta. That's why I see there's the counters around already. But if you did find anything that I have missed out, please make a comment down below and drop the other units I have missed and then share it with the community. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully this list will be useful for you to sort of be a bit more competitive in the league, and then just not make things boring and just feel like everything's always constantly used, just overwhelmed by the Lucci. But he's not absolutely busted, but he is a good unit. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch up in the next video then. See ya.